Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1940 Royal KMM vintage desktop typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. The KMM stands for magic margin, and I'll show you how to set those. First thing we're going to do is adjust this paper guide here, and there's a little scale that shows you where you are in accordance with the other scales on the platen. This has a wide carriage, 13 inches, and I'm going to line it straight up with the platen. The platen is this main roller that feeds the paper, and this is the paper bale that sits on top. It also has a scale on it to coincide with the other scales. So say you want the margin somewhere towards the middle right there, you put it where you want it, and then you just flip the switch on the left, and it magically sends the margin to that spot, as you can see. Same concept with the right side. Right now it's at the edge of the paper. Actually, we'll slide this over. So if you flip it forward and you slide the carriage at the same time, you can slide it all the way to the edge, and that's where I want it. And on this side, say you want it right in the middle, you put it right in the middle, and the same concept, you flip that switch and it sends it magically to that spot. You got to flip it back or else it won't stick. And same concept, you hold the carriage release and the right magic margin at the same time, and it will allow you to drag it all the way to the end. That's where I want my right side. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit the line space, puts it back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, there's a switch right here. You flip that forward once, it skips 2. One more time, that skips 3. We're going to keep it on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence on the next line. Very nice, strong, powerful machine. The print looks really good. Royal made some of the best typewriters of all time, and this is one of them. This model will never ever be reproduced in any way. It's too expensive to do it. So if you want to go with something reliable that will last forever, if you take care of it, you got to go with these vintage typewriters. They will not ever make them this good ever again. To pull the page out easier, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip that forward, it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier, load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. And behind this flip panel here, you can also do the margins by hand by just pinching these on each side, and you don't have to use the magic margin. On this right side here is a touch control right there. It tells you what you're on from 0 to 9. And you just turn it like that, and you can adjust the touch control. The lower you have, the less tension when you hit the keys, and the higher, the more tension for more advanced typers. This is the backspace on the top left here. That works good. A shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, you just hit the shift button again. Up top here, you have your tab set and tab clear. Right now, we should have maybe one. Nope, we have no tab set, so it goes all the way to the end. I want to set one right there, so I'm going to hit that tab set button on the right, like that. And it stops at that spot. To clear it, you just hit go to the spot again, and then hit the tab clear on the left. And now it goes all the way to the end. And there's some drag on it, so it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear in your typewriter. And if you put a little bit of oil on the drag in the back, you can get it to slide faster if you want. Open the hood, we got all the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side here, so it's pulling to the right, counterclockwise. If you want to switch the direction, you flip the switch right there. And it's got an automatic ribbon reverse control, so the side that has the least amount of ribbon, it's going to pull to back and forth to save some ribbon ink. This is your margin release, so you get to the end of the margin, you hit this button right here, and it'll allow you to get past it. And if you go regularly, it'll lock the keys. So if you just hit that margin, it's slide to finish that word at the end of the page. Got a carriage release on each side at the knobs. Those work good. And these are all your tabs that you can set. Each one is a space basically. And you can reset them if they get stuck or anything. You can just come back here and just push them back in. When they're in, that means they're not set. This switch on, so you have 3 switches over here. Carriage release right here. You have your line space selector, and then this one, if you flip it forward, it disables the spacing mechanism when you turn the platen, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. And you flip it back, each one of those clicks is 1 space, and you can also do that by pushing in the button on the knob. Same concept. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.